My name is Kim. I became involved in the criminal justice system in 2009 due to a progressive drug addiction that basically started because of domestic violence in the house.
Hi, I'm Dee. I was getting known to the police department, selling drugs, distributing drugs, having people come in and out of my house. They ended up watching me, and they started raiding my houses.
Hi, my name's Carol. I started doing heroin, cocaine, alcohol, pills, and my life just ran with it. I've been in the criminal system for 30 years. I just got out of it.
Hi, my name's Lisa. My mother was an addict, and I started using at a very young age with her at 13. IV use. There was a lot of abuse and things that I don't believe a 13-year-old should have to deal with.
Hi, my name's Karen. I ended up in the House of Correction after a couple of years of serious drug use and a relapse. I started using drugs at 18, alcohol after years and years of abuse at the hands of my stepfather.
I wasn't afraid of the criminal system. I wasn't afraid of anybody. I was just my own rebel without a cause.
My children were taken away, and I started using chemicals to hide the pain.
In February of 2009, I was incarcerated at the House of Correction for 15 months.
My first charge was actually a charge against my mother for fighting because she had my children. I went to Framingham.
I was in foster care till I was 18, and probably 8 out of the 10 houses were some type of abuse. So growing up, I just continuously used because it was easier to numb the pain and go through the motions than it was not to.
I was on methadone, I was on heroin, I was drinking, I was using cocaine.
I was released on probation with strict conditions. I went home and with no supports. Went back to my abuser, was not able to see my children, and continued to use drugs.
I got released right back to the streets, and I didn't go home. I just went right back up into Mattapan and started using again.
I was released straight to the streets, and I went directly to where I came from, was downtown New Bedford, and I got high.
They just opened the big gates with the barbed wire and put me outside. And I'm like, this is it? How do I get home to Boston, you know?
I had to learn how to live life clean and sober, which I didn't know how, until I got introduced to these programs.
I got another violation, went to Dartmouth House of Correction, where I did 6 months straight. Again, I hadn't seen my children, had been a year and a half. And that's when I got involved with Project Renew.
I am fortunate enough to be the director of a grant that works with women coming out of jail in their communities, delivering home and community-based services. We don't expect the women to come to us, we go to them. This is a group of women who are terrifically wounded. They haven't had a lot of supports in their lives for the most part. Often they're in jail for nonviolent crimes. They cycle through the system repeatedly, and we have the opportunity of breaking that cycle. Most of the women referred to us get a minimum of 6 to 8 individual sessions before they ever leave the jail, in addition to a group session a week. Once they're out of the jail, staff meet with them in the community, do a comprehensive assessment, and from that point on we deliver intensive substance abuse treatment and case management, all from a trauma-informed perspective.
When you are released, the Renew worker, who is Ginny, my Renew worker, will actually, if you need a ride out from the House of Correction, she picks you up and they come to meet with you. You don't have to go to their office. They provide the transportation, they meet with you, and they'll take you wherever that you need to be. Ginny and I will just sit at the beach and talk.
Laura from Renew. She picked me up from jail. We went to an appointment and she got me straightened out at parole. She guided me the whole way till I got to the program.
Trying to help the women that are coming out of jail is very important, because they don't have nowhere to go, they're gonna land up right back where they started. Because I know I did the first time I came out of jail. Within a half an hour, I was stoned out of my mind, almost overdosing in a hotel room.
I feel that was very important for me, starting in jail in groups, and then knowing that when you got out, they still remain the same. I still got groups, because some people with abandonment issues, people always leave. But nothing I've ever stopped doing is on a bad note. With Renew or the house, or even trying to get jobs, they tell us where the places are that will accept people with a record or with abuse.
I don't feel judged when I'm with Ginny. I feel like a friend. I don't feel like I'm just someone that just came out of jail. I don't feel that at all.
I like how the reentry helps the ladies that are getting released, help them with housing, and they come by and they take them for rides and talk to them, and it's very, very helpful to the girls that are being released. It really, really is.
We collaborate with the women on what their goals are. We don't tell women what they have to do. We ask them what they're willing to do. And they set the pace, they set the goals, and we continue to move forward.
I have 4 children. They did get taken from me, from DSS, for 10 years. They live with my mother, and she was right by the book. Getting reunited with them was difficult. It's getting a lot better now.
I had my daughter at 24, tried to get clean then. And I was actually high on drugs when I had her. My family disowned me at the time. They took her from me. She was 2, my sister brought her up. But I did get sober in 95 and stayed that way for 10 or 12 years. I had my son in 96. For 11 years, it was just Tommy and I. His dad and I broke up, and it was just him and I. We did everything. We traveled. I went anywhere, he came with me. The life I have with my son today is second to none.
Me and my son's father, we started riding dirt bikes when we were 13. He's always been there. I had a child at 18. We had our own house at 20, and I was in jail by 22. This is the only picture I had in jail. It's my son. His father's very supportive of me, and my home's there when I'm ready. And I feel very, very lucky to have that.
You have to remain teachable, so you can learn. If you go in there with a closed mind, you're not going to get nowhere. And yeah, everything takes time. take your time. Get your foundation.
Years ago, I didn't have a positive attitude like I have today. I didn't have an understanding of the good things and the way things should be that I do have today. You know, I didn't appreciate my life like I do today.
And with this program, it has helped me so much. Even my son says, are you still meeting with Laura, or are you still going? Because I say we've gone to the jail and, you know, we've talked about this. This is something that I really believe in because I've never had somebody stand by me, good or bad.
Knowing that I have these supports, it's amazing to me. I'm absolutely grateful that I joined this program and that I'm involved in it.
I love being clean. I never ever thought I would get clean. I thought I was gonna die in the streets. But I'm here. I've seen it all. I got grandkids and great-grandbabies. I talk to my daughter, my sister, my grandchildren, my great-grandbabies every single night. And it's great.
If you acknowledge somebody's lived through trauma and that they're standing in front of you, there's something miraculous about that. I look at it as an opportunity to celebrate survivorship, and that's kind of the spirit of Renew.
I'm so grateful for my life today. I wouldn't change it for the world.
I feel wonderful, you know, being alive, you know, clean and sober.
We would like to express our sincere gratitude to the women participating in Project Renew. This presentation would not have been possible without their courageous, generous, honest, and authentic commentary.